Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Square One Basics. We're going to be talking about all the basic fundamentals that every photographer needs to know. For this episode, we're going to talk about composition. Now, if you don't know what composition is, all it is how you frame your shot. So whether it be horizontal, vertical, or how you place your subject in that photo. So before we can talk about what makes good composition, we're going to have to talk about what makes bad composition. What makes a crappy photo? If you look at the way I'm positioned right now in this image, I'm a little off to the side. It makes for a more interesting photo. Bad composition would be this, looking straight at you right into the camera. It's very flat, it's boring, it's not interesting. That's bad composition. There are a lot of pieces to it, but we're going to talk about what's called the rule of thirds. Now, this is probably the most fundamental and most important thing to learn about framing your shot. So, divide up your image in different sections. First, 2 vertical lines. Second, 2 horizontal lines. All these lines will intersect at certain points, and wherever those points meet, that's where you place your subject. This provides a certain flow to your photograph. This provides no flow. Flow, no flow. Okay, you get the point. The second thing to notice is where I'm facing. I'm facing across the frame. Now look at this photo here. Look at how she's facing. If she were facing the other way, it'd be kind of weird. Imagine if I were talking to you like this. Do you see all this empty space behind me? Super awkward. Totally screws with the feng shui of the photo. I'm facing this way, so naturally your eyes want to follow whatever I'm looking at. But I'm not looking at anything because I'm facing off the frame. Now that I'm facing this way, your eyes lead across to what? This, my logo. And to add to it, you see kind of a triangle. If you look at the way I'm set up, and as everything goes down, my monitor is a little bit lower, I'm a little bit higher, it goes like that. Like I said, it's a flow. Your eyes will follow a certain direction. Every design, every photograph needs to have some sort of flow. You can't just have a thing there. It looks awful. Now, on the topic of composition, there are certain instances where you can break it. If you look at this photo right here, I'm looking straight at my subject. But the way he's positioned and what I'm trying to get from it has a very different feel from this shot or this one. So not only is it important to know where you're putting them and where they're facing, but look at the geometric shapes around them. Look at this couple right here. He's taller than her, she's shorter. That's how it usually is. Sometimes it's not. But in this case it is. So it forms this line, this sort of triangle. Once again, the flow of the photo. Now, next time you ever look at a photo, look for the rule of thirds. See where everything's being placed. Make sure you're looking at the 2 vertical lines, the 2 horizontal lines, and how everything aligns up with that. Totally lost my train of thought. All these rules don't just apply to professional photography. Think about the selfies you take. Are you following the rule of thirds? Not only are the rule of thirds important for your selfies, but also the angle at which you take them. Think about how you hold your phone. You're probably holding it up a little bit more. Unless you're trying to take ugly selfies, which we all know you're going to hold it down here so you can get that beautiful double chin and up the nose shot, and you're going to be sending it on Snapchat to some of your friends. Because if you're not sending ugly selfies to your friends, you're clearly not using Snapchat right, and you should probably reconsider the way you live your life. We all know, don't take it from a low angle, right? Look at this beautiful shot, for example. Check out those double chins. Check out the nose shot. Yeah, that's not good. Another thing wrong with this photo is there's way too much headroom. Headroom is the space between your head and the top of the photo. If you hold your camera at a low angle, you're gonna look kind of fat. So don't do that. So you can do one of 2 things. You can do the turtle, where you stick out your neck, and it kind of gets rid of your double chin here. Or you can take it at a higher angle. But no matter how you're taking that photo, remember the rule of thirds. This will always make your photos look a lot better. Keep yourself or your subject on one of the points, and make sure you're looking across the screen. This doesn't mean look straight across and don't look at the camera. That's weird. But look at an angle, or look at the camera, but keep your body turned the other way. See how my shoulders are that direction, my face is that direction. If I go back to my example of bad composition where I'm just straight on, I'll look broader, I'll look bigger. And I'm assuming most of you don't want that. So take your phone out, take some photos, and have some fun with it. Get to know the rule of thirds. Remember the main principles. On the line, looking across the screen with a flattering angle. Now next time we're going to be using an actual camera, a DSLR. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. Keep up to date, because hopefully in the future you actually will get your hands on a good camera and you'll be able to play around with these principles. Until then, keep up with new videos on Twitter or Facebook at Square One Basics.